Learn German games.
Psst, hier kommt sie wieder. Halt! Der blinde Gott sieht niemanden.
Der blinde Gott sieht niemanden. The blind God sees no one. Niemand is nobody, and here it takes an N because it's in the accusative case, which is like the direct object of a sentence. Niemand? Nobody. Correct. Hello and welcome to LearnGermanGames.com, the only place where you learn German while playing games live. So if you're not watching this live, make sure to subscribe and click that notify button to get notified whenever we start live again. We are live every week. Chat with us, ask questions, and just react to the very crazy game we're playing. Now, no matter what your German level is, you can always read the subtitles to follow along. German is in yellow and English is in blue. Knowing that, let's start. So last time we were talking to these two guards here. They are blind and they have a blind god. They told us last time that the blind god sees no one. They obviously have two meanings. He literally can't see, and he will not see anybody as in receive any visitors. But they also told us that if we solve some kind of riddle, they will let us in. Let's find out more about it today by talking to them and see the history behind this place.
Könntet ihr mir noch einmal sagen, wie das Rätsel von Jorn lautet?
Immerzu nehmt ihr uns ab. In unseren besten Tagen.
Verschlingt an euren süßen Preis. Doch zurück werd ich mich wagen.
Mein Kind wird sich erheben. Aus seinem morschen Boden.
Entsteigen dem versteckten Kern. Lang nachdem meine Zeit verflogen.
Wow.
Ja.
Bring uns die Lösung und du kannst die Pyramide betreten.
Yeah, don't be overwhelmed by all these sentences. We're gonna break them up. Könntet ihr mir noch einmal sagen, wie das Rätsel von Jorn lautet? The keyword here we're looking for is the riddle. Das Rätsel. Make sure you pronounce the umlauts here. These two dots are not just Christmas decorations. Yeah, they change the pronunciation and sometimes it's a completely different word. You would be misunderstood. The second thing to notice here is the important verb lauten, which can be translated to be in this case, but it means it comes from loud. It's like saying something is being read or is being pronounced. So it's not really a literal translation. It just says, this is how it goes. Yeah, this is how the riddle goes. So if you translate the whole sentence, could you tell me again what Jorn's riddle is? Yeah, and she's talking to two people, two guards. This is why she says, könntet ihr. So ihr is you, but plural, so two or more people. And to me, say, to me is the dative case. This is why you see mir and not mich. So remember when you're telling something to somebody, sagen, say mir. Yeah. Noch einmal is again, wie, how, the riddle, das Rätsel von Jorn, as in of Jorn, lautet. How it goes. Immerzu nehmt ihr uns ab. So this is the riddle. Don't be confused by the sentences. They're gonna be weird because it's a riddle. Yeah. All the time you take from us. Immerzu, immer on its own means always. But when you say immerzu, you say all the time. And if you're listening to me carefully, you notice as usual in German the Z sound has a T in it, so you hear me say immer zu. Yeah, it's important to have these sounds in your pronunciations to sound native. Yeah, and the verb here is abnehmen. Ab is a prefix to mean away. So literally abnehmen is to take off, or in this case, to take away. Yeah, nehmt ihr ab. Again, here the guards are using the pronoun ihr because they are talking about more than one person. So all the time you take from us, that's the riddle. In unseren besten Tagen. in our best days. Verschlingt dann euren süßen Preis, then devour your sweet prize. Verschlingen is to devour, and remember to pronounce the V like an F. In German, most of the time, the V is pronounced like an F. Verschlingt. Again, we are conjugating this verb here with a T, because if you remember from the previous sentence, we are using the pronoun ihr. So, ihr verschlingt. This is where this T is coming from. Ihr verschlingt dann euren süßen Preis. Then you devour your sweet prize. Der Preis is masculine. This is why I colored it here in blue. And this is why we have euren with an en and süßen with an en, because again here it's the accusative case and the ens are because of the masculine noun Preis. Doch zurück werd ich mich wagen, but I will venture back. Doch in this case means but. It has many meanings. But in this case it's used to mean but or but still. Zurück, back, werde ich, will I, myself, venture, or if you want to be more precise, sich wagen is a reflexive verb to mean to dare. So literally, but, back, will I, dare. So think of these two words here as one chunk. It's a reflexive verb to mean to dare. Mein Kind wird sich erheben. My child will rise. Again, another reflexive verb, sich erheben, is to get up or to rise. Obviously, this is the riddle. We want it to sound dramatic. Let's translate it as rise up. Mein Kind wird sich erheben. Another reflexive verb. This is here the reflexive part. Auf seinem morschen Boden. From its rotten bottom, or it doesn't have to be bottom, it could be a floor. We're actually not sure because it's a riddle. Boden normally means ground, but because they referred to a child before, so maybe it's meant as bottom here. We are not sure. We have to see. And we have the adjective here, marsh. Marsh means rotten. But you see here in the colors that we have seinem as in its and marschen with an en, because this adjective comes after the dative case. You can see it from the green here. After als, you always have the dative case, and when the dative case adjective takes an en, this is why we have seinem morschen Boden. I know this could be overwhelming for you if you're still new to German or this is your first year learning. This is why we are learning with games. You will get used to it the more you see them. I'm showing them to you with every sentence. Repetition in different contexts helps your brain remember better. Entsteigen dem versteckten Kern. So this is a continuation of the previous sentence. From its rotten bottom, emerge from the hidden core. Entsteigen is to emerge. Versteckt is another adjective to mean hidden. And again, we have an en because of the dative case from the previous sentence, yeah? Der Kern is a core. Lang nachdem meine Zeit verfolgt. Long after my time has flown. Verfolgen is to trail. Obviously, it could be to have gone. This is what they mean. Meine Zeit verflog means that it has followed. Bring uns die Lösung und du kannst die Pyramide betreten. Bring us the solution and you can enter the pyramid. Die Lösung is a solution. It could be a solution to a problem or it could be a chemical solution, just like in English. And you notice here Lösung ends with ung because Lösung is feminine, and whenever you have a word that ends with ung, 99% of the time, it's feminine. Lösung. Be careful of the pronunciation of Pyramide. The Y here is pronounced with an U sound, so stretch your tongue forward to say pyra, and the A is open, so not ra, yeah, ra. Your mouth has to be open on the outside and the inside. Betreten is to enter. Notice how I am stretching the middle E. Betreten, the middle E is a bit longer than the rest. Alright, let's continue playing. Can we go in?
Kann ich hineingehen?
Du willst in unser Allerheiligstes eindringen?
Warum?
Gute Frage. Kann ich hineingehen? Can I go in? Hineingehen. Hinein is in, and gehen is to go. So it's reversed order. Du willst in unser Allerheiligstes eindringen? You want to penetrate into our Holy of Holies? Eindringen is to penetrate or to intrude. Und das Allerheiligstes is the Holy of Holies. Warum? Why? Don't be lazy with a W sound. In German, it's a V. Yeah, I know it can be easy to just ignore that, but just don't, because it sounds very weird when you pronounce it as wa. Yeah, warum? Let's be honest, I have no idea, because it looks cool.
Keine Ahnung. Es sieht einfach cool aus.
Wirklich? Und woher sollen wir das wissen?
Wir sind blind.
Oh, nichts für ungut.
Doch niemand betritt die blinde Pyramide.
Niemand! Es sei denn...
Was?
Nun, wenn sie das Rätsel von Jorn lösen könnte?
Oh ja, wenn sie es lösen könnte, dann wäre sie auf jeden Fall würdig.
Bah, kein Problem.
Keine Ahnung. Es sieht einfach cool aus. For everybody who is learning German, you all learn that keine Ahnung means no idea, I don't know. But just so you know, Ahnung actually literally means a hunch or a presentiment. Yeah. So the literal meaning is no hunch or no presentiment, but this is the equivalent expression of saying no idea in English. If you say keine Idee, people will understand you, but it sounds a bit weird. Keine Ahnung is more natural. Aussehen is to look like. Aus is out, so it's like how people see you from the outside. So it just looks cool, or literally it sees simply or just cool out from the outside. For the beginner, literal translations will help you remember better. Wirklich? Und woher sollen wir das wissen? Really? And how are we supposed to know? They're asking that question, if you remember, because they are blind. So, they have no idea how it looks. Wir sind blind! We are blind! Two words that look exactly the same, but are pronounced quite differently, so put the effort in and say blind instead of saying it in English. Oh, nichts für ungut. Here we come to a new common expression that means, oh, no offense, literally nothing for uneasy. As in, yeah, no offense was meant by that. Just remember it as a chunk. Nichts für ungut. Doch niemand betritt die blinde Pyramide. But no one enters the blind pyramid. Niemand. Nobody. Also make sure you say niemand with an open a. It's not and like English, yeah, and. It sounds completely different. Es sei denn, unless, remember these words together that mean unless. Es sei denn. Was? What? Nun, wenn sie das Rätsel von Jorn lösen könnte. So here one of the guards is talking to the other. This is why he's referring to her as sie. He's referring to the girl we're playing with. Well, if she could solve the mystery of Yorn, so nun generally means now, but when it starts with a sentence, especially if there's a comma after it, it means, well, it doesn't add any meaning to the sentence. It's just a way of giving you time to gather your ideas. Oh ja, wenn sie es lösen könnte, dann wäre sie auf jeden Fall würdig. Be careful with the umlaut here, because you don't want to change the meaning. It's wäre with an e. Yeah, that's the conditional. She would be. What would she be? She would be worthy, würdig. Oh yeah, if she could solve it, then she would definitely be worthy. Definitely are the words auf jeden Fall, literally, in any case, as in all cases, definitely. Der Fall, but here we say jeden with an N, because Fall is masculine. You can see it from the blue here. Pah, kein Problem. Pah, no problem. If you're a bit confused about who is talking, by the way, notice the color of the sentence here from the screenshot. The pink one is the girl. The girl is wearing pink. This is why what she's saying is in pink. Yeah, let's ask who the blind God is.
Wer ist der blinde Gott?
Der Messias aus dem Himmel.
Bringer von Wunderobjekten.
Eines Tages wird er sich erheben, uns unser Augenlicht wiedergeben und die Schlacht von Wolgenthal beginnen.
Mhm. Wer ist der blinde Gott? Who is the blind God? Notice here the adjective is only taking an E, even though the grammatical gender of God is masculine. This is because we already know from the definite article der that God is a masculine noun. So this is why adjectives that come after a definite article like der, they only take an E unless whatever is coming after them is in plural. Yeah, we're talking about the nominative case here, yeah, not all cases. Der Messias aus dem Himmel. The Messiah from heaven. Der Himmel literally means sky, but it can also mean heaven. In this case, they probably mean heaven. Bringer von Wunderobjekten. Bringer of wonder objects. This is a great demonstration here of how German composite nouns work. So if you're a beginner, don't be afraid of these long words in German. They're just like English. They just don't have a space. Yeah, Wunderobjekten. They're more efficient if you ask me. It makes it much more obvious that these words are related whenever there's no space. Yeah. Eines Tages wird er sich erheben, uns unser Augenlicht wiedergeben und die Schlacht von Fulgentoll beginnen. Eines Tages is one day, wird er, will he. Remember that in German, whenever you have the main clause of a sentence, the conjugated verb is in the second position. This is why we say will he and not he will. Yeah. Eines Tages wird er sich erheben. We just saw it before, to rise up. Uns unser Augenlicht. Augenlicht sounds like eye light, and it means eyesight. Wiedergeben, literally again give, which is to give back. Und die Schlacht sounds violent because it's a battle. And Fulgentoll is just a name, yeah? One day he will rise up, sich erheben, give us back, uns wiedergeben, our sight, Augenlicht, and begin the battle of Fulgentoll, die Schlacht, the battle. What else do we ask them? Yeah, what about that battle, die Schlacht?
Was ist die Schlacht von Wolgenthal?
Die letzte Schlacht zwischen Menschen und Mogs.
Das Ende unseres Zeitalters.
Klingt vielversprechend.
Was ist die Schlacht von Fulgentoll? What is the Battle of Fulgentoll? Die letzte Schlacht zwischen Menschen und Mogs. The last battle between humans and Mogs. Monks are the kind of monster we are seeing in this game. Go back to the previous videos of Broken Age on the Learn German Games channel. Click on the playlist above to actually see what those are. And you'll see Mok Chotra, one of the monks. Apparently there's more than one. Also, when you pronounce zwischen, make sure you start with the T sound. Yeah, zw. And the W is a V as usual. Yeah, zwischen. Das Ende unseres Zeitalters. The end of our age. The end of our age or the end of our era, to be more clear. Here we have the genitive case. This is why we have an S here and an S here. And this is what gives the meaning of. Klingt vielversprechend. Klingen is to sound. And vielversprechend is promising. Sounds promising. Literally, viel is a lot. Versprechen is to promise. And die just makes it into an adjective. Yeah? So if you remember it this way, it becomes easier to pronounce. Viel, fair. Also remember that whenever the S comes before a P, the S is pronounced like sh. So sprech. Just like sprechen, yeah? Viel versprechen. And all the V's are pronounced like an F. Vielversprechend.
Hat euch euer Gott Wunderobjekte gebracht, die wie Waffen aussahen? Die Art Waffe, die ein riesiges Monster vernichten kann, bevor es dein Heimatdorf zerstört?
Unser Gott besaß diese Macht und mehr. Wahrscheinlich.
Ich meine, wir wissen nicht einmal, was die Hälfte von diesem Zeug hier überhaupt macht.
Hat euch euer Gott Wunderobjekte gebracht, die wie Waffen aussahen? Be careful with the pronunciation of Objekte here. In English, when you say object, there's a D sound before. You say obd, obj. In German, there's no such thing. You say Objekte, Wunderobjekte. Die Waffe is a weapon. So, did your God bring you medical objects that looked like weapons? We saw before the verb aussehen, to look, and this is the past tense of it. Aussahen. Die Art Waffe, die ein riesiges Monster vernichten kann, bevor es dein Heimatdorf zerstört. Be careful with the word die Art. It has nothing to do with art. It means a kind. So a kind of weapon. Die Art Waffe. Die is referring to the kind of weapon. Ja. Ein riesiges Monster. Riesig means giant. Und vernichten is to destroy. Bevor es dein Heimatdorf, das Heimatdorf is a home village. And the verb zerstören means to destroy. So the kind of weapon that can destroy a giant monster before it destroys your home village. Unser Gott besaß diese Macht und mehr. Our God possessed this power and more. Besaß is the simple past of the verb besitzen. Possess. Besaß. Und die Macht is power. Wahrscheinlich. Probably. How do you remember it? Remember to cut the word in multiple parts. Wahr is true, and scheinen is to seem. So when something seems true, it's probable. Wahrscheinlich. Ich meine, wir wissen nicht einmal, was die Hälfte von diesem Zeug hier überhaupt macht. Die Hälfte is half. Das Zeug is stuff. Nicht einmal means not even. I mean, we don't even know what half of this stuff is even doing here. Yeah, did you say you're blind?
Habt ihr eben gesagt, ihr seid erblindet?
Ja, das passiert, wenn man sich selbst das Augenlicht nimmt.
Oh,
Wenn der blinde Gott nicht sehen muss, müssen wir es auch nicht.
Ha.
Habt ihr eben gesagt, ihr seid erblindet? Erblinden is to go blind. Did you just say you are blind? Eben is referring to time here, as in just now. Ja, das passiert, wenn man sich selbst das Augenlicht nimmt. Yeah, that happens when you take your own sight. Remember we took that word a few minutes ago? Augenlicht, sight. So apparently they made themselves blind for some reason. I'm not sure if it's accidental. I feel it's not, which is... Wenn der blinde Gott nicht sehen muss, wissen wir es auch nicht. If the blind God does not need to see, neither do we. Notice here as well, the conjugated verb being in the second position. This is the first part before the comma. Wenn der blinde Gott nicht sehen muss is one entity, one idea, separated by a comma from the second position, müssen, and this is why we have wir after müssen. So remember the role of the comma in German is not like English. In English they tell you you have to feel it and see where you have to take breath. There's no such thing in German. It's all based on grammar and logic. Kann ich hineingehen? Can I go in? Alright, we're gonna have to figure out that puzzle on our own somewhere else. So let's just go back.
Tschüss.
Wir spüren uns später.
Okay, mal sehen.
Genau so. Warte auf die Flut.
Schneidet dieses Band endlich durch.
Genau, zeig's ihnen nicht, Maid.
Das Band dient zu eurem Schutz. Die Arena ist immer noch nicht fertig. Sehr gut, setz ihn dort ab.
Wir spüren uns später. We feel each other later. Genau so. Exactly like this. Remember, a lot of the times in German, so means like this. It doesn't mean so. It can in certain contexts, but it's often the case that it means like this. Warte auf die Flut. Wait for the tide. Schneidet dieses Band endlich durch. Durchschneiden is to cut through. Durchschneiden. So cut this ribbon already. Das Band is a ribbon. She's talking about the ribbon here. She wants to go to the beach to kill that monster. Genau, zeig's ihnen nicht, Mike. That's right, show them, non-maiden. They're emphasizing the fact that she is not one of the official sacrifices. They're trying to treat her as some kind of lower class citizen. Das Band dient zu eurem Schutz. Die Arena ist immer noch nicht fertig. So, the band serves, dienen, is the verb here, to serve, as protection. Literally serves to your protection. Dient zu eurem Schutz. Die Arena, the arena, is still not done. Ist immer noch nicht fertig. So the tape or the band is for your protection. The arena is still not finished. Sehr gut. Setzt ihn dort ab. Absetzen is to set down. So he's telling the worker, very good, set it down there.
Ich komme hoch, wenn's sein muss. Nein, nein, nicht so.
Was haben wir dabei? Was ist
Ein
das?
bisschen weiter rüber. Kannst du mich da oben hören?
Oh, Treibholz. So geschmeidig.
Komm schon, Clarence, uns läuft die Zeit davon.
Diese Möwen scheinen die Fischinnereien wirklich zu mögen.
Sehr gut, setz ihn dort ab.
Okay.
Gut gedreht, Clarence.
Er spricht zu viel. He talks too much.
Gut. Weißt du, ich glaube, die könnte...
Um,
Nein! Alle zurück an den Start.
let's try to give them something.
Hey, machst du etwa Pause, Clarence?
Wollt ihr meiden eine Frucht?
Hier in Muschelhöhe essen wir nur Meeresfrüchte.
So verliert unsere Haut nie ihren Glanz.
Okay.
Kannst du mich da oben hören?
Gut gedreht, Clarence. The literal meaning actually here is well turned, not well shot. Here automatic translations have the well shot, which means the shooting with a camera. Drehen can also mean to shoot with a camera. So well turned, Clarence. Ich komme hoch, wenn es sein muss. Hochkommen is to come up. I'll come up if I have to. Nein, 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 nicht so. No, 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 not like that. Just like we mentioned, so means like this or like that. Ein bisschen weiter rüber. A little bit further over. Kannst du mich da oben hören? Can you hear me up there? Oh, Treibholz. So geschmeidig. Das Treibholz ist driftwood und geschmeidig is smooth. Oh, driftwood, so smooth. Komm schon, Clarence, uns läuft die Zeit davon. We have a separable verb here, davon laufen, which means to run away. Come on, Clarence, we're running out of time, or literally time is running away from us. Diese Möwen scheinen die Fischinnereien wirklich zu mögen. These gulls seem to really like the fish guts. So inner, you can see inner, there is inside. So Innereien, so the insides of the fish. Die Möwe is seagull. Sehr gut, setzt ihn dort ab. Very good, set it down there. Gut, weißt du, ich glaube, die könnte... Good, you know, I think that might... Nein! No! Alle zurück an den Start. Everyone back to the start. So we're talking to the girls again here. Hey, machst du etwa Pause, Clarence? Remember that die Pause is a break. So are you taking a break, Clarence? And in German, you make a pause. You don't take a pause. Etwa is just to give the question more of a probabilistic feeling. It's like saying, is this actually what you're doing? It seems that this is what you're doing. Wollt ihr meiden eine Frucht? Die Frucht is fruit. Do you maidens want a fruit? Hier in Muschelhöhe essen wir nur Meeresfrüchte. So this is another kind of fruit here. Die Meeresfrüchte is seafood. Here in Schallheit, that's just the name of the village, we only eat seafood. Literally in German, seafood is seafruits. So verliert unsere Haut nie ihren Glanz. Verlieren ist to lose. Die Haut is skin und der Glanz is brightness or luster. So our skin never loses its luster. And that was our game for today. Thank you for watching. Remember to like this video. And if you still have any questions, ask them in the comments below.